Taking a look at the grid for the British Grand Prix, Sebastian Vettel added to his incredibly high confidence by putting in an exceptional lap around the soaking Silverstone circuit. This lap denied the home favourite Lewis Hamilton a pole position, but he said in an interview that he's looking forward to tomorrow's showdown. Mercedes can also be happy because both of their cars were in the top three, as Nico Rosberg put his silver arrows directly behind his fellow countrymen. The two Williams never failed to be apart in qualifying this season, as once again they found themselves next to each other on the grid, as Massa took 4th place with Bottas in 5th. Another impressive performance by Nico Hülkenberg put his Force India in 6th place, with the only Toro Rosso of Carlos Sainz putting his car in 7th. Romain Grosjean continues to beat his teammate Maldonado in qualifying by once again making an appearance in Q3 to start 8th with the lone Red Bull of Ricciardo in 9th. Sergio Perez makes it into Q3 for the second time running, but can only manage 10th for the race start tomorrow. Will Sebastian Vettel have to battle through more heavy rain to victory, or will the sun shine on the winner tomorrow? Next up, it's the British Grand Prix.
What's going on, guys? Aarava here, and welcome back to my F1 Ultra Mod Career Mode, episode number 9, here for the British Grand Prix at the Silverstone circuit, my home Grand Prix, and it's time to put the misery of the last episode behind us. If you haven't seen that, episode 8, that was uploaded last week on a Monday, so if you haven't seen that, then do check it out by clicking the channel name below at Austria, and obviously, if you've already watched that, spoilers, it ended a little sour, and we need to put that behind us, basically. It's the home Grand Prix, you know, we've got the home crowd here, that's going to give us that little bit of extra energy. You know, they always say that, you know, in football, F1, whatever sport it is, if you're at your home country, there's just that little bit extra kind of buzz and atmosphere around it, and you kind of get energy off the crowd that are just cheering you on. So that's exactly what we're going to do today, and here is our lovely red Ferrari with a lot of different new sponsors on the car for the British Grand Prix, obviously my home Grand Prix, so I've got a lot of my own kind of personal taste sponsors on the car, the likes of Need for Speed, Fallout, my own logo, my actual channel logo on the top of the chassis as well. It's looking pretty damn nice, probably one of my favourite liveries so far on the Ferrari car itself. It's going to be hopefully quite a straightforward race for us today. It's going to be completely dry, looks like, so hopefully we can have a nice clean start and a clean race. Let's go to the British Grand Prix. Let's see if we can get some really good points today for the home fans. Here we are on a very sunny Silverstone grid for the British Grand Prix, which is quite surprising considering we are in Britain. But anyway, we go towards 5 red lights for 52 laps of this Grand Prix. We are now off, heading towards turn 1. Hopefully this Grand Prix we can just at least finish. We've got the same engine from Austria. Remember, we had an electrical problem in the last race, but the engine is still very much intact, so hopefully that doesn't have any problems. We can actually get to the end of this race, but straight away up into 19th place through turn 1 and 2. Can we stick it down the middle of some of these cars, I wonder, going round the outside of Rossi, that was, and then the Sauber of Nasser on the left, and then we're going to try and maybe hang it around the outside of Alonso. Can we feed it through just about? Ericsson in front of us as well. Maldonado goes very slowly on the left, and Ericsson blocks us off a little bit, and that allows Button and then also Rossi to get ahead of us once more. So that's a bit unfortunate. Ericsson sort of parking the bus, kind of 3 AI cars getting pinched there. Now we make a bold move down the inside, a very late move down the inside of that Toro Rosso there on the left hander. We locked up quite badly on the left tyre, so hopefully that's not going to be too bad for us. With the flat spot, we go right around the outside of the Manor car. Little bit of gravel on the left there with a little bit of a oversteer on the exit. No harm done, and hopefully we can actually get away from this Manor car. It is a Manor car anyway, so we shouldn't have any issues there. And we're up into 14th now by the time we get through to the old turn 1 cop. So that's the end of lap 1 for us, and we're on to lap 2 now, right behind our fellow countryman Jenson Button. Can we go down the inside, left hand side, just before we hit the braking zone, and we'll maybe just about have him. He's going to brake quite well, actually. We're going to have to try and squeeze him out, and we have done so before we hit Luffield, and we're up into 13th place now. And we've got the second Sauber of Ericsson, who blocked us off previously up ahead of us now. Can we try and get him on the very next lap, at the very end of lap 2 actually, into the chicane we go. We're going to have to maybe have a little look. We're going to have to be patient. We've got a Toro Verstappen right ahead of him, and he's on prime tyres actually as well, so we should theoretically have the traction on him because he is on the hard orange wall tyres, which are, you know, quite a very hard tyre. They go quite a long way. It takes quite a lot of time to heat up here at Silverstone, so this should be a fairly easy move into one of these corners. Just need to make my move stick. So I think we might try it down the inside here. A little bit of a late move, but no, actually Ericsson backs us off a little bit. We had to back off there because actually if we tried to maybe make that, could have been a nasty crash. So we're going to try around the outside this time, but again Ericsson squeezing us out. So Ericsson is doing really well to defend from us. We cut the corner a little bit as we're looking behind us, Jensen Button. But now with DRS open, this should be a pretty good pass now into the left-hander now, down the inside, and there we go. A little lock up on left, but no harm done. We're up into 12th place now through left fields, and now we've got the cars ahead of us. Verstappen immediately in P11 up ahead. We're on to lap 4 now, so hopefully Verstappen won't be blocking us off as much as Ericsson did. That actually cost us quite a bit of time there. It was a bit frustrating the entire lap being behind Ericsson there since the last chicane, but now with DRS on Verstappen, we go round the outside, right around the outside, and on the right hand side outside of him. That was so close to being a huge crash. That our left tyre could have easily just flown straight off, hitting his rear right tyre, but that was so close. And props to Verstappen for maybe seeing me a little bit in the mirrors there. That was a very bold move, and we're up into 10th place right now on lap 5 through Maggots and then Beckett right behind Ricciardo, having to be a bit patient. We can't make a move in the middle of that corner, it seems like, but now on the exit towards the back of the hangar straight, can we try and get him? We've got DRS, but he's got DRS as well. Look at it, he's actually pulling away from us a little bit. We've set a faster sector there going purple. Can we make a move down the inside? It's a late, bold move down the inside, but no, Ricciardo comes back at us. The Honey Badger is going to make it hard for us. He's on the option tyre, so he's got about as much grip as us. And can we make it down the inside? I wonder. No, just about side by side, but no, we tried the cutback. Maybe it didn't work. Can we get a good exit, I wonder, off this final corner? Hamilton banging in a purple lap time, so he's up ahead probably in first place. Yes, he is doing the job right now at his home Grand Prix as well. Another fellow countryman. But we go down the inside of Ricciardo there, just about through the first turn. Verstappen behind me also thinks about following me through on Ricciardo, but we just about make that move for P9. But that was very close, and he really gave me a good fight on that right-hander towards down towards that chicane. But now on lap 7, we've just set a fast lap of the Grand Prix. Hamilton just set one previously, but now we're setting some purple sectors, and now we go down the inside of Grosjean, or at least try to hang it around the outside now as it turns to the outside, and he's going to still be there. I'm going to do a little pinch here. We move to the right-hand side quite wide there, even though the racing line tells you to go left. I sort of just went a bit right to kind of pinch him into that corner just to make sure I got that position. So we're up into 8th place. No harm done there. Just a little pinch that I was very, open to do. So up into P8 now. So very good progress. 7 laps gone. We're up to P8. So nearly an overtake a lap there on average. So that's a really good stuff right now. But now we cut onto lap 13 now. And people are starting to make their pit stops. We're up into P6 at the moment. This will be even more positions up to P2. And we have not made our pit stop yet. And that's why we're in P2 right now at the moment. Hamilton, I believe, has already made his pit stop and he's still in P1. So that's just showing how much pace he really had. But at the moment, the thinking behind staying out a little bit longer, because my pit crew actually wanted me to come on lap 12. We've stayed out 2 more laps. The thinking is, if you remember back on this game, F1 2014, it's actually possible to try and make a one-stop work, and that is what my plan is going to be. So it's all about saving my tyres right now and trying to stretch them out. That's why we didn't really gain on Massa up ahead of us since lap 7 it was. We just tried to save our tyres, and now we cut onto lap 19. We've been saving our tyres the best we can. We're on to lap 19 right now. You saw I changed it onto the prime tyre allocation on the actual indicator little thing. That's because I am going to pit this lap, or that's my plan right now, pitting this lap. Hamilton is up the road, only a couple of seconds up the road. The Manor car going very slowly there, nearly crashed my front wing off there. That could have been actually quite dangerous, but Rosberg is closing in on us a little bit, so I think it's time to pit right now, because we're starting to get into that period where my option tyres just can't hack it, and I'm losing a bit too much time for my liking to Rosberg. So I think it's definitely time to come in for the prime tyres, and if my plans go, if my plans go accordingly, this will be my one and only pit stop. We might be going to the end on this set of prime tyres on this down this very long pit lane. We'll strap on the hard orange wall tyres and hopefully go to the end. That's going to be the plan at least. So there the tyres go on. We're in second place at the moment, but that won't be forever. I suspect Rosberg will be coming through at any point now on the left-hand side of the mini-map. He's about 14 seconds or so behind us, but now there he goes. Rosberg up into third, but now I'm looking for any more people. We come out of the pits, and it looks like we're in P3. That is very, very surprisingly, very, very surprisingly good. I mean, P3 is absolutely amazing. We were in P7 or what? I think P7 or P8 before everyone made their pit stop. So we've jumped 4 places in the span of just, 10 laps, staying out on the option tyres. So right now, my plan is working an absolute treat. We're up into the podium positions just by pure pace on the option tyres, and obviously maybe the other runners got on the prime tyres earlier, obviously, maybe on the first pit stop, so that could have been the cause for it. So right now, we're a few seconds behind Rosberg. Obviously, the prime tyres take a bit of time to heat up, so we're going to slowly, hopefully try and reel them in, because the Mercedes, I'm guessing they're on option tyres maybe, so they're going to start degrading eventually, so I'm going to close in on them. And speaking about closing in on them, here on lap 25 now, a few laps later, we have closed in on Lewis Hamilton, who was in P1, but now he's in P2. So Rosberg, crucially, the two Mercedes, has had better pace, and he's overtaken him, and he's actually waltzed on into the distance right now, because you can't even see him on the minimap. But here is Hamilton right ahead of us as we go through Cops, track it down into the 6th gear, back up into 7th, towards Max Beckett. I wonder, can we try and overtake him on the exit of Beckett's towards the back straight with DRS? We comb through Maggots, then Beckett's right now, through the right-hander, down to 4th, and now we're going to rev the engine to hell, up into 5th, now 6th. Can we get in the slipstream? Yes, we can. DRS wide open, move to the right-hand side of the track. Hamilton has got nothing to answer. He's on the prime tyres as well, actually, so that kind of shows maybe why he lost out to Rosberg, who I believe is on the option tyres for sure. So that's maybe why Rosberg got ahead of him. But we're up into 2nd place now. Now, Hamilton has to make a pit stop as well, at least one more in this race. So really, right now, we're into the net 2nd place right now. All we have to do eventually at the end of the Grand Prix is hopefully not get re-overtaken by a fast Lewis Hamilton on fresher tyres. And now, as we come through on lap 26, we're up into P1. Rosberg just pit for his next pit stop, so that confirms he was definitely on the option tyres, because he's made 2 pit stops in 26 laps. So now we are in a net 1st place. There's no kind of pit stop for us to make. We are in 1st place right now, a legitimate 1st place. But the question is, can we keep the pace up, and how much are the Mercedes going to gain on us on fresh tyres? That is going to be the entire question today. So now we cut onto lap 28. As you can see, Hamilton is right behind us. Rosberg also chasing close behind. They are really on it at the moment. They're really ramping up the pace. I believe Hamilton may put it up into a faster engine mix perhaps to try and come back at me, but right now we were trying to save some tyres, but at the moment now I need to kind of worry about the cars behind me and go into a bit of more of a faster race mode right now to try and defend as much as I can. The more I can hold up the Mercs, the better, but I have a feeling it's going to be quite difficult, obviously, with the Mercedes engine down the back straight. But there you can see on the top left, Rosberg and Hamilton right behind me, very much looking down like 2 packs of wolves, the silver wolves, looking down on me and trying to overtake me at some point in this Grand Prix. A lap later, lap 29, Massa banging in a fast lap time. So we've not seen him this entire Grand Prix, actually, but he's got really good pace at the moment. But Rosberg is right behind us. Hamilton, I believe, got overtaken by Rosberg during that lap we missed out. And now Rosberg is right behind me. We've gone a little bit wide there on the right-hander onto this little old national pit straight. And we went a little bit wide. Our engine got cut out. Rosberg is right behind us. You can see him just about in the mirrors previously. You can just see him in the distance there. So he is very much there. We have to watch out for it. Right now, I'm not really caring too much about the tyre saving. I'm just trying to push as much as I can to try and get the gap, but it's not really working at the moment because Rosberg, here he comes on the left-hand side with DRS obviously as well. Here he comes on the left-hand side. Can we do anything to combat Rosberg on option tyres, I might add? No, he completely does us on the braking zone, and Rosberg is into P1 at the moment. So Rosberg has taken the lead of the Grand Prix. He's taken the race into his own hands, and now this is going to get very, very interesting because Rosberg is going to have to pit one more time. And this is going to be all about if Rosberg can get a pit stop gap to me. Because obviously I'm still going a little bit slower, trying to save my tyres as much as I can, wherever I can. But Rosberg has nothing to lose. He needs to try and get a pit stop ahead of me so that when he pits, for him, he wants to get out ahead of me when he pits. So that's going to be what we need to look at right now. Lap 31, Rosberg still doesn't pit. We're right behind him right now, and we're actually keeping up with him a little bit. We're still within 1 second, so you can see we have a DRS. Purple lap time, so again, I'm still in that race mode, not really saving tyres too much at this point, trying to keep up with him. At the moment, Hamilton is also a few seconds behind us, so that's also why I'm trying to keep up the pace, because I don't want to fall behind Hamilton as well. Otherwise, that will be double trouble if I have to try and you know, combat or maybe overtake Hamilton and Rosberg later on in the race, which I probably won't if they are ahead of me because I won't have the tyres for it. But on lap 31, again going wide a little bit, and Rosberg is getting away from us a little bit through that final corner, just showing the traction differences for our different tyres. And now on to lap 36, still second place, but right now I believe Rosberg is still in first place. He hasn't pit yet, but he's got a huge lead, humongous lead. Look at it. I can't even see him on the freaking mini map. He's got a huge lead right now. He's really turned on the pace. But also behind us, Lewis Hamilton is also going fairly fast, and he's going to be, you know, he's going to be there by the end of the race. He's fallen back a little bit, but that's because he went off the prime tyres for his first pit stop stint. But that means he's going to be on options at the end, whereas Rosberg is going to be on primes. So for the Mercedes battle and for mine, that's going to be very interesting. Hamilton is definitely going to probably try to come back at us, and they're going to kind of, our race strategies are all going to meet at the end. So that's going to be very, very interesting right at the end. But lap 37 now, Rosberg still very much in the lead, but now he is pitting. And I believe this should be his final stop, because Rosberg, I think, hasn't gone on the prime tyres yet. So this is surely his prime tyre pit stop. So he's going to the end. What's that? 14 laps. 14 laps on prime tyres. He can do that. Hamilton, I think, is still also going to pit, and he's going to be on option tyres at the end. So this is going to be where it all comes through. I think this is going to come down to the head. Right now, I'm in first place. Job done for now, but they are going to come back at me, and it's just a question of how fast they're going to come back at me. I think Hamilton's probably going to be the one that has the most danger to us, because he's going to be on option tyres. We'll just have to see. So we cut later on to the Grand Prix, lap 42. 10 laps to go right now, and Rosberg and Hamilton are slowly reeling me in. You can see down the mini-map, Rosberg and Hamilton right there, and they're only a few seconds. Hamilton is 16 seconds behind us. Now, he's setting some absolute worldly lap times right now. He's about 1.5 seconds faster than me, and again, look at that, just confirmation right there, fastest lap. So he's 1.5 seconds faster than me at the moment. So that means he's 16 seconds behind us, 1.5 faster than us. So by the end of the race, basically, 10 laps to go, he's going to be right there. 1.5 times 10, 15 seconds thereabouts. And he's going to be right there, just as like I said. Rosberg, he's a few seconds back, not as much as Hamilton, and he's still got really decent pace. Not as good as Hamilton, but still really good pace. So this is all going to come to a head on the last few laps, I suspect, for the race win. At the moment, we're in first place, we're in the driving seat, we've got track position. That's always something they say in Formula 1, that's very important, track position. But will we have the tyres? Remember, we pit all the way on lap 19. These tyres have gone a long way. This is going to be a very difficult win to try and secure here for our home race. But if anyone can do it here at the home race, it's going to be me, I believe. So let's see. Lap 46 now. A few more laps left in the Grand Prix at the moment. I'm struggling in my tyres now. You can see on the right-hand side, the tyres are going off. Marbles flicking up there on the left-hander. Ricciardo, who's been lapped, is actually catching up to me and sticking with me with DRS. So just showing that even the lapped cars have better pace than me at the moment, because these tyres have gone so long, being tortured so much around Silverstone, which is quite a harsh circuit on tyres. It's going to be so close. Rosberg only a couple of seconds, 3 seconds behind us. And Hamilton, look at that. It's only been 4 laps and he closed the gap to that much. Absolutely bonkers. He's at mad pace at the moment. This is going to be a fight to the finish for first place. We cut onto lap 49. 3 laps left. Again, Hamilton sets another purple sector. And Rosberg, he's right there in the mirrors. In the left mirror, so is Hamilton as well. You can see both of them in the mirrors. And when we look behind us, oh boy, so we go down the straight. I don't think Rosberg will have DRS at this point. Hopefully not. We go into the Luffield section at the moment, and Rosberg is now closing in on us, and I think he might have had DRS just about. But we go through Luffield, going a little bit wide there on the right-hander. A little bit of a poor exit as the oversteer kicks in a little bit, and Rosberg just gains that little bit more on us. And this is just going to get very tense. Actually, guys, I want you to pause the video right now. Let me know in the comments below. Do you think I can try and defend this first place and get a home win? Let me know in the comments right now. Pause the video and let me know. So now, 3 laps to go through Magda Beckett's. Rosberg closing in on us quite a lot here. Also, Hamilton is right behind him, so a little 3-way train at the moment. Is Rosberg going to make an identical move like the one he did previously in the race? He's going to have DRS. He's going to close in on us. Let's look behind us. Let's see. Hamilton also right on the back of Rosberg, so Hamilton's also going to try and make the move on him. So quite a 3-way scrap here. Hamilton maybe want to sit Hamilton maybe wants to sit back a little bit maybe in this scenario and try and see what he can do after Rosberg tries to maybe overtake me. But onto that 50 now, 2 laps to go. We've got a little bit of a poor exit on the exit of Luffield. We've also gone a little bit wide. Gravel on our tyres. Rosberg comes through on the right-hand side of the circuit. He powers through. Hamilton is also side by side. I mean, this could be 2 places lost in one turn. Thankfully, though, Hamilton kind of backs out a little bit, but Rosberg has got us there for first place. Onto the very next lap, through turn 1. We're going to try and stick with Rosberg. Can we try and re-overtake him for first place? We've got no tyres left, but we're going to try our hardest here for our home Grand Prix, for the sake of the home Grand Prix, to try and come back at him. We're in the DRS zone. Can we try and close up on him? But look at it. Look at the traction he's got off that corner compared to us. Just the tyre wear is killing us right now, and the plan at the moment is really not working. We've got DRS wide open, but it's not enough. Through the left-hander. Just look at it. Rosberg just has it under control. And through the right-hander of Luffield, Rosberg's going to get a really mighty exit there, and Hamilton's going to get the same, and Hamilton might overtake us here. Again, in the same place Rosberg overtook us. There he goes. He's actually pushed me a little bit on the left here, banging tyres. Hamilton has got me for second place in the Grand Prix. The exact same place his teammate did it. And that's it. The Mercs have got me, and I have no answer. I have no tyres. 1 lap to go. That is it, sadly. I think that is it for the race. We go through Beckett's now. We're in 3rd place, and look at the gap the Mercedes have got in 1 lap. 1 lap, and they've got like 2 seconds on us already. Absolutely ridiculous, and just... We tried our hardest. We tried our hardest. I can't really be too sad about this race because, you know, we did a really good strategy for a one-stopper and overtook so many cars in terms of just doing our one-stop, but it just wasn't enough. The tyres weren't there. You know, it was a bold move. We're still going to get a podium. I'm going to be happy with that, but a little bit unfortunate. Rosberg wins the race, but I come home for 3rd place in my home Grand Prix. I'm still really happy over that. 3rd place. You know, I can get on the podium. I can cheer with the fans, the home fans today. It's still a good Grand Prix. I mean, I'm not going to lie. A little bit disappointed that we couldn't get first, but the tyres really weren't there. Those hard tyres dropped off a freaking cliff right at the end. But, you know, GG to Rosberg and Hamilton. They really stuck their moves. You know, they stuck to their strategy. They didn't get forced into a 1 or 2 stop when I went for a 1 stop. They stuck with their 3 stop, I believe it was in the end, I think. And they came out on top, 1st and 2nd for the Mercedes. So fair game to them, fair game to them. Today's race, Vettel did quite poorly indeed. I think he got caught behind the Williams in some traffic, unfortunately. What that means for the championship at the moment, I'm still in 1st place due to the amount of consistency I've had. Rosberg now gains a few more points on us in the championship in 2nd. Vettel now in 3rd place. Hamilton gets some more points in 4th. So he's slowly coming back into the proper fight for the top 4 here. And then Massa and Bottas get some good points in P5 and P6. And for the constructors, hopefully that will mean, I think, that Ferrari is still very much ahead in 1st place. Me and Vettel have been quite consistent, and obviously Hamilton's lagged a little bit with a few DNFs, so that still means we'll be ahead. But guys, if you have enjoyed that episode, smash that like button. It would be absolutely awesome. We could try and get over 1,500 likes on this episode, guys. Let me know what you thought. If you're new around here, then do subscribe for weekly videos. And there is confirmation. Ferrari in 1st place still over Mercedes. So really good job overall for us here at Ferrari. And I must say, it's still very good to get on the podium here at the home Grand Prix. Even though maybe I would have liked to have made that 1-stop work. But it was quite a bold move. Anyway, guys, hope you guys have really enjoyed the episode. I will see you guys next week for another Ultramon series. I'll see you guys next time. Hope you enjoy the rest of the day. And I'll see you guys next time.